I see how it is. Whack up. I decided not to be in this version today. I just wasn't feeling it. And this is the costume I made. And then you do this to me? You all hail shadow me? I wasn't preparing to do another Breezy stream, so I didn't make, like, the ghost version I was thinking. What if I... Oh, that's small. Actually, no, I love it. Tiny pumpkin. Now we're all set. It's time for another Doesn't Matter Runners. Blech. The reason I haven't done a a runner's stream in forever is because there was a bit of a maintenance period, and it's actually still under maintenance, I believe, but there was a temp server set up. Or it might be over. It might be maintained. I don't know. But what happened in the meantime is the end of summer event I was really waiting for just didn't happen, and they caught up to where they should be for our events. Wait. My event party. You? Your boss party, your event party. So we can do a Halloween one for Halloween. I believe we have a Halloween character. Yeah, we have Halloween Omega. Sub-character. Might as well be Shadow. So we might need flying. Start with Shadow. So instead of this, we'll add a Devil Chow for now. Dark Chaos, as they call it. And we'll kick it off with... We have 10 premium roulette tickets because of the thing that I mentioned about the... about the maintenance. Neat. Wait, cool, we got Christmas Tangle. That's exactly what I expect for Halloween. You know what, for kicks? There we go, a Boom Boo. Now, as these events go, collection is key. So the Devil Char really doesn't matter, but the Boom Boo, once it shows up, is going to happen. And then we can get into the story. I should probably check what the, like, information says, because that didn't pop up automatically like it did the last few times. Is it a rare? Or is it a common? There you are. Candy Boost! Right. Not what I meant to select. Halloween Night Parade story. The last time our amounts were very doable, and I think it was accurate. Like, they changed the graphic. It was very inaccurate the previous one for Sonic's birthday, I think it was. No, for Easter it was very inaccurate. Sonic's birthday it was accurate. At the party venue. Wow, cool decoration, guys. Nothing says Halloween like a party full of pumpkins. I'm with you there, Sonic. The animals must have gone through a lot of trouble to get this ready. Did you hear that, guys? Sonic and I were just saying what a great job you've done with the decor. Whoa! Rush crash. These animals are attacking us? Rush crash. Phew, I thought they were coming for me, but then they ran off into the forest. Why would they even do something like that, though? Guys, this is terrible. Somebody scattered all this really weird looking candy all over the party venue, and the animals who ate it started acting really strange. What? Then the animals who tried to attack us must have eaten the strange candy as well. We can't enjoy a Halloween party with all that dangerous stuff lying around. Guys, we need to collect all the candy before anyone else eats it. Good idea, Sonic. I'll count all the candy you collect. Count 1 point for small candy and 10 points for the large ones. Grab as much as you can and keep those animals safe. There's all sorts of prizes waiting for you if you manage to collect enough, so be sure to do your best. Sounds like a simple little side quest, right? Surely that's all. Combo doesn't really matter, survival matters, so invincibility. The gang just wants to enjoy Halloween. There's another mess that we have to clean up first. Could this be Dr. Eggman's doing? Strange Parade, my beloved. This is like my favorite song from this entire game. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done this. It's very much, it's not quite a Pumpkin Hill background. But Pumpkin Hill has natural pumpkins. Those are definitely decorations. Kinda reminds me more about, like, the owls that, Zora has in Lost Forest. Man, so much has happened since our last runners, because I didn't do the latter ones in September. I just did the early one. Did I even do the early one? I don't remember. No, I did a Cheeker stream. Didn't have time to do this afterwards. Then I skipped that Saturday, and then the following Saturday, which the following Saturday was planned to be the end of summer event. Wasn't there. Ooh. And then the maintenance started, so I didn't plan any for October. Which, like, frankly, if I'm going to do shorter Wednesday streams, this might be the way to do it. This and/or speedrun stuff. Sneasel! Look. I'm so glad I didn't get hurt right there. That looked like I was gonna get hurt. Come on, dude. You need to respond faster than that. Tried so hard to make it offset the getting hit there. Omega gets really clumsy after a while. Hello. Why are we going this fast? Okay. Well, there goes my combo anyway. I think if you... Perfect. Yeah, if you're invincible, you can break through the armored ones no matter what. This seems to be primarily power, too. I don't think we've really... extended. Yeah, we haven't gone outside of... our level design. Interesting. I guess it's a good thing that I have Shadow, because Shadow's times are like really, really long, even longer than Blaze's. He is the ultimate here. Oh, okay, never mind. There was flying type design. Oop. That is... oof. Look us back, baby. Mega's gone, baby. Right when we needed him, too. Splat. There we go. The laser was made it perfect. Ooh. An armored bee. That's the fun part. I don't think we saw that before, but, like, if you're, the way events can mix and match like this, because the, if an enemy is, armored is random, sometimes when you're between different designs, you will get enemies from flying or running. I guess it is running. Speed or flying. That are armored. Beautiful. Oh. I just didn't respond fast enough. A little too much. Are the animals we're picking up for this specific scenario, other than the fact that we've just always been picking up animals, are we collecting the ones before they eat the candy? What's the first thing you do after you're free from a robot? Eat candy? Probably. What was the score I got there? I don't remember at all what scores I do actually need. I don't think I'm anywhere close yet. Yeah. Let me get rid of this notification here for this stuff, because it's annoying. I see a red notification button, and I'm like, I have to get rid of that. Which is bad when you don't have time to actually, like, read it. I got the jackpot here. That's why I have so many rings now, and I don't have to worry. I was down to, like, 4,000. Collection, right? Do this. And the thing about after getting that jackpot is I got to the super rank for the roulette again right afterwards, and then I got like the largest amount of springs possible, and that's distinctly losing at the roulette. If you get springs, that is that's getting nothing, because that's the most useless power-up. I always end up with a max of 99, and I don't know how much actually, because it's beyond that. I tapped. You gotta go when I tap, buddy. Maybe I should put my tablet on my lap. I had the most intrusive mashup idea in my head for this song to combine it with Hot to Go. Why did that come to mind? There was a reason that Hot to Go's in my head. It was something... something... Oh, it was a Rhythm Heaven custom Mega remix. Back to it. Armored... whatchamacallit? Egg Pawn. Kinda rare. Get those pumpkins. Why? It's always that. Omega cannot handle that. Let's collect. Goodbye, Omega. Ugh. Would have been a good time to use the Indigo. Oh, okay. So, like, you notice that, like, the 3 wisps, there's 4 actually, 5 if you include white. So in Cross Worlds you have white for boost, you have Black Bomb, which, like, I think I showed that off once during the Lost Worlds HD, because you can't, it's not a level 1, you need to get an item to use Black Bomb. It was also an item in Team Sonic Racing. And then there's Laser, which does laser stuff instead of firing a laser. And then there's Drill, which acts like a giant drill. Like, it's good stuff. Then there's, what is it? Violet Void? Yeah, Violet Void. There's Purple Frenzy, Violet Void. Those are 2 Mega Wisps. Which, functionally, Void is the same as Indigo, Asteroid. Like, this is what Void did in Colors DS. It just had a little more nuance to it. Oh my goodness. I tried to hit my item, it didn't happen. Please go up. The smallest... Okay. That was almost tragic. We don't have to worry about items. We're good on items. But, yeah, this is a, that's a jump place. Now we're at 16 total. That has to be correct, right? Has to be enough. I should have got story from getting 1. What's up with that? I know there was an error, and they fixed it. At the party menu. Here you go, guys. Tasty, tasty candy. Hey, don't push. I've got enough for everyone. Eat up, everyone. It's just not Halloween without plenty of candy. We chirp. Or crush. Look, it's Cubot and Norbot. I should have known that Eggman was behind all this. Uh-oh, it's Sonic, and Tails and Knuckles, too. Looks like we've been rumbled. What's the big idea, you two? Why are you trying to brainwash these poor animals? If we told you that, the boss would get really angry. Anyway, I'd love to stop and chat, but we're a little busy, so... Don't tell me that you're trying to run away. We'd catch you in no time flat. Sonic! Look over there! All the brainwashed animals are heading for the forest. I don't like the looks of this. Let's get them out Get after them, and fast. Let me check. I may have just misread. Usually it's just... Okay, so you get prologue, then 1,000, 2,000. Okay. Our goal is 150,000. Okay. That shouldn't be too hard. We got plenty of time. Let's just make sure we collect our rewards. King Boom Boo. Okay, so King Boom Boo's big. So, I'm going to put you as the main one. But King Boom Boo. So, 16% chance score boosting when defeating an enemy. So I don't get candy? Well, what's the point? It's not gonna help me collect. Okay, I mean, I guess that's good for other stuff. Put the pinwheel back. Should we have someone other than Shadow? We just keep Shadow. I'll put Rouge for now. Boom, boom, boom. Come and get it. Dr. Eggman's used candy to brainwash the animals? This is the dirtiest trick yet. Even dirtier than capturing them and making them power their robots. Even dirtier than trying to brainwash the entire world. What makes a trick dirty? What makes a scheme filthy? I missed. Unfortunate. I missed. Now I think about it, Omega's running animation for this speed reminds me of something. Not sure what. It always has claws, huh? I know I finished the explanation. I don't think I finished the point of the thought. I think they should have just put Indigo Asteroid instead of Purple Void in Crossworlds, because it would functionally be the same thing. And I don't remember if there were Nega Wisps in Team Sonic Racing. I don't think there were, but Nega Wisps aren't around anymore. And then again, like I've said already, there's a lot of anachronistic aspects to the game. It's not trying to be like anything but like fun references. Ooh! That was almost bad. That was bad. That time. That was a good time to use that, too. I was onto something. Also, Rouge was definitely the choice to use Magnet on. It makes sense that hers is so long, but, like, it truly is. Thanks. Thanks for that weirdness. Hey, we should be good for our next rank for the story. But let's get as close as we can. We can get 2 story ranks in a row. Like, ooh. The longer the run goes, the more... This is the thing, I think we determined before, like, you want to keep the run going as much as you can. Thanks. Because, then you're doing more of the later speeds, which have more big candy opportunities. More big collection. Or just more collection in general. Faster collection, too. Oh my god, you're supposed to break through that. I did do it incorrectly, though. Well, why did you plummet, Rouge? What the hell? That was one frame she was on the platform, the next she was inside the spikes. At least as far as visible frames go, and this isn't lagging very much because I turned off the preview. That's all you need for this. Like, at this point, it's not going to be any less lag, no matter what I do. Deep in the forest. We follow those brainwashed animals all the way into the forest. But now we've lost them. Chow 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 chow. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, I've been looking for you. Hey there, little Chow. Is there something you want to tell us? Chow chow chow. It's Rouge. She's over there, and she's looking for you. Rouge is looking for us? That's what he said. I bet it's something to do with this weird candy incident. Let's go talk to her, guys. Halloween Chow is an event-specific buddy. Event-specific buddies can be acquired blah 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 blah. Yes. Yes, it can. I'm gonna need a little more red rings to do that again, though. I don't think I got one. Rouge is looking for you guys. Let's find Rouge. It's Rouge time. Let's paint the road rouge. Definitely a character that moves forward like this, like Omega's doing. I don't think it's Omega, I'm thinking. This is the same way as last time. Omega. We're not at the Master Emerald plot yet, are we? I've been wondering if I could, like... Probably won't do it, so I can stay genuine to the series itself. But I did do a handful of the Master Emerald side quests on stream the first time I did this. It was an earlier build, and it was from my phone. From a phone that would be able to handle doing that. Not a lot there. Also, an awful time to get, combo increase. have noticed Omega maxes out at double combo bonus. At least for this specific event. This Omega does. Oh, I should have saved this for Rouge. Foolish. Foolish, foolish. I should have switched to Rouge. Help. Thanks for lagging everything forever at the moment that was gonna happen. There was nothing I could have done to do that, because the inputs were not... There was no window for the inputs to be done. Go up there. There we go. I don't think we're gonna get, do we have a Doom? Did I lose my lives yet? Or is this still the first run of this run? Oof. I think this is still the first life. Not anymore, it isn't. We need to double. We need to more than double. Why did you fall through those two? I thought that like a mobile game would have frame-specific game behavior. Like the whole like issue with mobile games is that they're going to run like crap on most phones. So if you want it to work with all of the phones you've made it compatible with, you should probably account for that and like hard code things. I don't know. Frame rate based mechanics is so weird to me, and I don't know how it really matters to like actual basic development, because it's just like not a thing you worry about until games get complicated. Can you please jump? You jerk. Thanks, Rouge. There we go. We didn't get sent immediately into the spikes that time, and it worked out perfectly. Beautiful. So we actually have doubled the amount that I said we were at. So if we can get like 300 more, or 3,000 more. Okay. Also, I noticed that Rouge was default at 500 bonus. So I think that's just how it works for the event. I was gonna switch though. This is a flying area. Alright. It just... it decided it was not going to continue ascending. Ugh. So close. So close to the next story beat. That said, we haven't checked our rewards yet. Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. We're all the way down here. We got some red rings. Well, if we got some red rings, then I think we have enough to do one of these. And perhaps, hopefully get the Chow. Chip! We have Chip now. Easter Chow. It's exactly what I want for Halloween. Oh boy. I want Rouges. I want to see something. Chip is a rare one. Produces one last 8-second dash. Ooh, this is actually really good. Maybe worth getting rid of the pinwheel? The pinwheel's still really good. We get another, I'm gonna give it a shot. Because if I'm going to be using red rings, this means it's gonna happen 3 times. I will switch back to Shadow for the time being. Because the way I've been doing this, that should make it so it's 10 seconds instead of 8. Can I just have 3 drills, please? I know you can't, but please? Just as a treat. Yeah, she is. She got lost. Yep. Do you remember Chip in Runner's Adventure? Where it was sort of the same model, except he looked like really distressed because of like how discount he looked. It was like an off-brand. It literally was an off-brand Chip. It was a Game Loft Chip. Game Loft should know Chip. They did the Java for Unleashed. The Jarva. Unleashed. Game I've beaten 3 versions of. I only enjoyed one of them. Oh man, there's so many versions of Sonic games. They were really like, that was their thing during the late 2000s too, honestly. Into the early 2010s. I think the whole mobile stuff kind of made it an extreme of the usual. Especially when you include stuff like the Olympic Games. I definitely need to like start doing that, and I think my approach is going to be like, that might be my focus other than Hundreds of Hinterberg and speedrun stuff in December. I'm kind of pushing my speedrun ideas to November, but I do need to get the fan stuff out of the way, the fan stuff update. I know at least one thing I definitely want to do from Sage, and it's like probably 20 minutes of stream time. So I'll need to like kind of work around that and with it. Woo! Oh, that was almost smooth. Saved it. Oh, we're off pattern. There we go. Doesn't matter now. Help. Double tap it. Okay. We are Shadow percent now. Now. I sure saw that coming. What's going on? Help. Let me land. Awful. Awful combination of scenarios there. Only capped off by being given drill. Of all times to be given drill. Okay. The worst Eggman possible. I mean, I guess I could have hit him less than once. Whew, okay, there we are. Right, we don't have the... ultimate drill form. I don't got time for that. I've also been thinking, since we got Shadow here right now, about, like, what every unique Shadow stage is. A unique version of a how do I put this? Go, Chip, go! That was an awful route pattern for you. So when you have Chip, it's basically you have 3 characters, which is exactly how it should be. And I wish Chaos was more like that. It's so weird that Chaos is a buddy in this. Something I've always imagined for, like, when Chaos would go fast in his own form is that he'd be in, like, a half liquid form. Because you know how the dash in for him in battle is you go goop mode real quick. And I know that Chaos is a playable character in, like, what used to be Runners Reloaded, what is going to be Runners DX, which I might have to investigate once that is off the ground. It's sort of like a reboot under new lead development. Boop. Wow, Shadow. You really nailed it. Anyway, Shadow stages. Because, like, you have Sonic Adventure 2 has unique stages for each character, correct? Then Shadow has an entire game. We just did Expert Mode, so that is an entire scenario of unique Shadow stages in a row. There's Shadow Shoot. I think that counts. Then there's Shadow Generations, which is, again, like, mostly, it's levels that Shadow does that he otherwise would share with characters, right? But those versions are unique to him. I'm not gonna do, like, an entire Heroes run to be like, oh, well, these are Shadow. Because, like, even then, especially with Heroes as an example, Shadow is joined by 2 other characters. It's, like, as unexclusive as you can get. Then when you come down to it, the only other game he's, like a platformer game where he's had a story involvement, he was really... I'll get back to that. Near the party venue. Where have you been, Sonic? I've been waiting for you. There's something I need to help I need your help with. Rouge asking for help? You don't see that every day. What's going on? Well, it seems Eggman has been mass-producing this weird brainwashing candy. Megan and I went to investigate further, which is why I need your help. We should have known that you'd be investigating this as well, Rouge. Sure, of course we'll help you. Thanks, guys. The animals are already suffering at the hands of Eggman, so there isn't a second to waste. Now, I want you guys to check out the Lakeside Castle. I'm pretty sure that's where Eggman is hiding out. We'll investigate the candy factory. Let's get moving. Hold on a sec. We're happy to check out the castle, but we don't know where it is. You don't need to worry about that. The little guy who told me that Eggman is at the Lakeside Castle will take you right to him. Boo boo! This ghost thing is our guide? It's not just the animals who are being brainwashed. Lots of the Boom Boos who live in the castle are being affected too. That's why this one wants to help. Well, we're always grateful for help, but he is kinda scary. Ghosts aren't always scary, Tails. Once we get to know this guy, I'm sure he'll turn out to be really cool. Now let's head to the Lakeside Castle. Boom Boo's a boo. We have Boom Boo. Yeah. In fact, we're gonna get another King Boom Boo. Like, you want to talk about a cool ghost. Have you seen King Boom Boo's shades? And he's also, like, the worst in Crosswords. I still don't have Crosswords, despite talking about it. That'll be... Probably I will get Stream Team first. We're headed for the factory, so you guys head to the castle... Head to the castle to you guys... Leave the castle to you guys... We can't let Eggman get away with it. Yeah, we're probably gonna play Dream Team before any, like, idea of... redoing It Doesn't Matter 39.5 with just a bunch of Grand Prix of Crossworlds is a thing. What was I talking about before Cool Ghosts? I tried to remember and I got really distracted by that scenario. Cause it was off of Shadow, right? Yeah. I was saying that 06 was like probably the only other thing that he had a campaign in. Blatantly forgetting something. Those are also shared stages. As is Rivals. Battle's not a platformer. Not actually playable in Colors, so they should have referenced his role in Colors DS. But, you know, again, Colors DS isn't considered canon by Sega. Their idea of what's canon is really silly. So Colors Ultimate is, like, the only thing, which means Nega Wisp Mother doesn't exist, despite existing. So anyway, Forces. He has a thing in Forces, I just remembered. Which, makes my, idea slow down a little bit. Does that count? He has unique variants of the stages, and the stages are different acts, so, like, it sort of counts in the same way that the Sonic Adventure 2 ones do. Sort of. Maybe. But maybe that, by that logic, it would mean I'd have to include all the challenges from Shadow Generations. For this every unique Shadow level idea. It's just an idea. It's not like I'm planning a stream or anything with this. I swear. Every now and then, I think about how disastrous 06 was as a stream. How, like, frankly, I should have just committed to the Sonic. And if I wanted to respect the game at all, I would have planned out 2 streams for it. I just wanted to do one story, I ended up doing, like, half of the rest of the game. and not finishing Shadow's story, because Shadow turned out to be, like, the worst suddenly. I still don't know how that happened. Like, Sonic and Silver were both way more manageable than Shadow was. And I thought back in the day Shadow was, like, the least offensive, but now he's the most offensive. I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what the deal with Project 06 is the thing. Project 06 would be worthwhile. Wink. I would also, like, that's the problem though, like, it's a game that doesn't happen. And, like, when it happens for people's, for different people in their continuities is different. In, like, this alternate dimension, so I wouldn't really know how to renumber it so that it's not, like, episode 35.06, which was a bit. It was just a bit. But it wasn't a doesn't matter bits. It's not small enough. It's way too big of an episode. It's literally over 4 hours long after I added the Project 06 stuff. And so, like, I think about how bad that stream was, and how, if I wanted to respect the game, I would plot out 2 additional redo streams for it. But I have no intent of respecting that. Like, I'm not putting myself through that. There was a specific goal of that, and that was to record two of the scenes where someone said it a long time no see. I know one was Rouge. I know I had pre-recorded 2 of them. I think I actually only needed to record the 1. There were 4 total now. The others were way more accessible. I need to finish redoing that video. I actually can't finish redoing it until we get to the remaining 2 scenes in this, where it happens. Oh, and we're gonna have to wait a freaking while for that, because one of the scenes is in the end of summer event. The one where Amy says it is in that point. I think I have a screenshot of that. Maybe I can rip it. But to get to the other one, we're going to need to get to the final chapter of this. The final 5-part chapter. It's in one of the parts. I think Qbot says it actually. Ooh, okay, we're getting juicy on the money on the candy this. Let's lock in a little bit. Just a smidge as a treat. Shadow. I haven't used any of my wisps. I need to start using them rapidly. Good thing I chose Shadow to do that. No! Wasn't fast enough! This was a perfect time to do this, too. Alright, Chip, get him. The thing is, I think that the pinwheel is more effective overall. Particularly if I get Halloween Shadow on the team. But Chip is good in general. Chip is good in general. I might add Chip to the base team, the base speed team for the story mode. Because that's the collection's a little different than that. At the Lakeside Castle. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Those footsteps are really loud, and it's so dark here. I'm sure it's haunted. I'm not so sure, Tails. The only ghost I see is the one who's showing us the way. Woo woo. Hold on, this wall, it's a dead end. Hey look, it's the death chamber. I'm sure it sure looks like it. What? Oh no, Sonic! Look, that Boom Boo just floated into the wall. Hold on, there's an hourglass over there. Maybe we gotta do something with the wall here? Boom Boo. Whoa, guys, a brainwashed Boom Boo just came out of the wall, and it's coming to attack us. There's only one thing for it. Wait, Knuckles, don't start fighting just yet. Maybe this hourglass can help us. Well, that's not, like, how that would have sounded, but... Huh? Turn the hourglass upside down and open the wall up? Yeah, Knuckles, it's almost like you had an entire stage dedicated to this mechanic. I don't really understand it, but I'm not gonna complain. Let's move. Trickle, trickle. Oh, it looks like we made it through before the time ran out. Guess who'd have guessed the hourglass was the key to opening the wall? Boo boo. Hey Boom Boo, you waited for us? Thanks, man. Now let's keep moving and track down that Eggman. That's a writing choice. Like, honestly, it's like... It makes me think of Generations, right? The original version of Generations. How, when Sonic was like, this place kind of looks familiar, and like in the Japanese they were more like, you know, coy about it. So it's like they actually knew what they were talking about. And Tails was like, I don't recognize that place, but I recognize that place, and you've been to South Island like 700 times, dude. It's just one straight road into the courtyard. Let's move as fast as we can and pick up plenty of candy along the way. Especially if you include our, like, little headcanons. Make the story more interesting and fun. Tails pretty much lives on South Island now. So, like, when they changed it in, when they changed it in, the Sonic X Shadow generation, I really appreciated that they were like, this is literally South Island and West Side Island. What the hell's going on here? Like, that made sense. I was explaining this to someone the other day and so, I don't know, maybe what Revival Team could have done. I don't know how hard it is to change story text, or if they are preferring the preservation method. They could have just changed that dialogue to be like, to make Knuckles be like, wow, it's just like in Death Chamber. Like, literally, that's all he needed to say, too. Damn, guys. Remember that time when... Don't make the reference. Remember that time that, we went to space? Yeah, there we go. Which one? The one we used a freaking spaceship out of a pyramid, and I need to find the keys for it. Keys to the spaceship. Not to the access chamber. That's what it was. New headcanon unlocked. That's what they get for putting a space base on my island that's not in the sky at the moment. Still the headcanon we're working with. Remember, it was Sonic Advance 3 that went back up into the sky, so that means that we haven't gotten to the Master Emerald plot in this too, so we'll see that, like, it's actually like 3 times that Sage Lion has fallen. I'm so excited for that, since going back into the sky. Assuming, like, I don't know, again, there are floating skies all over the place in this world. I don't know if the Master Emerald power is actually needed to keep Angel Island in the sky anymore. Perhaps we could actually headcanon, and this would probably just, like, break Knuckles' character entirely, that, the Chaos Control event in Advance 3 made it so that the island just, like, naturally floats now, without the Emerald's power. Like several other islands in this world. So it hasn't fallen since it went back up into the sky after it didn't go back up into the sky in Adventure. Like, you know, people will probably longtime Sonic fans who don't give a shit about story, will hear me say stuff like this and be like, that's not what happened, it's Angel Island, it needs to be in the sky. And, like, again, you need to, like, think about it from... I dare say almost think about it from, like, how, the devs at the time, who are not the devs right now, the devs right now are fans of the devs at the time. The devs at the time were Yuji Naka and, I guess, Izuka was there too, but I don't trust, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time anyway. There was something being kept in line that fell apart as soon as we had 06 contrast directly with Rush. Like, After that happened, nobody knew what the hell was going on in this continuity, except me, apparently, because I need to do a rant stream about this at some point, but Sega doesn't consider Rivals canon, so there's no canon starting event for Silver in their continuity. Silver just kind of shows up in Colors, yes, except he doesn't, because they consider Colors Ultimate to be the quintessential version. I need to dial back to my point at this. What was I talking? Angel Island. It's just really fun, like making these headcanons and seeing how it's like, oh, this didn't happen, so that explains why Rouge suddenly was able to find the Master Emerald and steal it. That explains why Knuckles has been hanging out with everybody for several games, and he continues to do it past the game we have to say that it came back in the sky. Like, it's just more fun and interesting because these games connect in a way that people ignore because it's half of it's environmental storytelling, and half of it's like, huh, there's a connection between these events, isn't there? What's our rewards list? We got some more red stars. Like, that's the entire point that I've started doing It Doesn't Matter, and it kind of fell apart as soon as Sonic Origins became a thing. Because now, like, that was the starting point of the current dev team trying to make up their own little continuity of what's going on, and I, honestly, even if I had taken that job to be Lore Master, I would have been at odds at what they were already deciding. I should have tried to do that anyway. That would have been fun. I, like, literally had, at that point, a resume of my YouTube. Like, I think the initial run of It Doesn't Matter was done at that point. I don't know if Frontier had come out yet. It might have come out. No, it was around when Frontiers came out. So I probably immediately would have had to have a big discussion about Dark Gaia. It's because the continuity I mentioned where they don't consider Rivals to be canon, that was posted in 2022. In 2022. To say it like a person who isn't a robot. So it's extremely recent, and it's only in Japanese. There's no English version of it. You have to do a paid translation for it. So, at least the first draft, if not... Yeah, at least the first draft of my timeline that I shared during It Doesn't Matter Classic had existed at that point. And it was already being like, alright, I guess I have to have two continuities because most of the fandom agrees for some reason that it's like this. And I have never thought of that way before. Until, like, I was in literally a... They do, like, Sonic-based, community streams sometimes. I don't forget what they're called because I haven't been to one before, but that's the first time, like, the discussion came up in... It was leading up to Sonic Origins release, and the discussion came up in the chat about what the order of the original trilogy plus CD is, and that's the first time I was ever exposed to the idea that CD came before 2. That's wild to me, because apparently, like, Ian Flynn did a Sonic art book or something where he made reference to the whole Tails thing. The Tails saying "see you next game." That is the linchpin to everybody's reasoning too. So, like, I'm still waiting for someone to give me an interesting narrative reason why. And frankly, after playing CD 93, that was like to me, that was an alpha release. That was not the full release. They didn't finish cooking until 1996, which is after Knuckles Chaotix. Which makes it, if you go by that release's date, 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, Chaotix, and then CD, comes out in that order. It's nitpicking, I know. It's not something that matters. Like, it literally does not matter what order these came out in. If you look at the official timeline, it's saying some of the continuity order is. It doesn't matter. They don't think that Advance 2 came before Advance, even though the reason they put Cream in DX, specifically their reasoning to put Cream in DX, was to reference that happened beforehand. Because Zero is exploded in Adventure, but is in Advance 2. It's right there. Why does Advance not come after Adventure 1? Because the Tornado 1 is still alive. It still exists. That thing exploded. Like, these things are peppered throughout. It's not just, oh, the moon was shot in Adventure 2, so Advance takes place on the moon at the end. You have to have that before it doesn't matter. The moon was fixed, and the devs don't even, like, Iizuka doesn't even realize that, like, they've done this. They've shown the moon in, like, 360 degrees in space since it's been exploded, and it's been whole every time. Even if there's 2 moons, the imagery of 2 moons has been 2 whole moons. And it doesn't work that way. Like, just... Can't we have fun with this? You have room for Adventure 3 here, instead of making things up that don't make sense. But then if you do an Adventure 3 at that time, it's 4 heroes, so I can't have my beloved Sun's Shadow. You're not going to do Adventure 3 anyway. You don't believe it's possible. They also don't believe that Chao Garden will be worthwhile, and that's why they haven't done it anymore. That's why the focus has been on Wisps. They think nobody will actually want a Chao Garden, despite every single time there's a fan event. People are asking for Chao Garden. It is the most wanted thing. The most desired. This is why I'm scared about what the next game is going to be. Like, after Frontiers, and especially after Shadow Generations, I'm excited to see what they're cooking in terms of gameplay. By all means. I'm so worried they're going to, like, make one of these little things that, like, they say is canon, but they've proven otherwise isn't. A reference, and it's like, it's gonna have bigger repercussions to my respect than saying that Angel Island's in the air, because, like, that's so versatile that it, like, truly doesn't matter. But if you're running circles around something like the moon having been exploded, which every side content, every side thing, like, that Sega hires to have fans direct includes the moon being shattered still. Very, very visibly from Earth. So no, it's not the dark side of the moon. It's how it was in Adventure 2. Which, again, Generations, you go to the Ark after that event, and the moon is whole again. If you don't want to make Adventure 3, there's your explanation. If the moon was retconned because Eggman tried to tamper things and he didn't get to actually fire on the moon or something. I don't know. It's not cool to me anymore. I had my fit during the original run of It Doesn't Matter about noticing that every single game from Heroes onward, the moon is whole. And, like, every game prior to Adventure 2, there was no moon. In terms of release date, there is a moon in Advance, and there's a moon in Mania. There is a moon in the 2-player mode of 3, which is exactly where the moon from Mania comes from. It's a direct sprite rip. And now there's a moon in Superstars as well. There are 2 moons, in fact. They make the reference to the end being in space the entire time. Which is probably not the same as... Maybe that's the 2 moons in Riders Zero Gravity. Good job, Shadow! I'm, like, not even paying attention anymore. We're on the second... Why was I Shadow? What happened there? My point is it's not cool anymore. The fact that they had chosen to market literally the most sequelist game to Adventure 2, Shadow the Hedgehog, with a scene of Shadow in front of a full moon, which actually, it's incredibly a crescent moon in Cryptic Castle. So there's an argument there. In-game, but it's the only place where it's, like, ambiguous. There's a full moon in Hang Castle. There's a full moon in Riders, in Metal City. The night version. That's something that really stood out to me when the things started clicking together about how the fans differ from the original, because Sonic Riders DX was one of the first games I noticed they added the Shattered Moon to Metal City at night. Similarly, Project 06 adds that to White Acropolis. That's almost a fun idea, if it made sense. The problem with 06 and its canonity is that the paradoxes that are caused by Solaris make it so that previous games can't happen, but also must. Which, yes, doesn't make sense. That's why it's a paradox. Ooh, laser's a really good one to have right here. If you would say that perhaps that little time paradox made it so that the moon was fixed again. There are so many weird little things you could just be like, yeah, sure, like the moon was fixed at this point. Like, that's a common cataclysm in this. It's practically Dragon Ball Z, where you will see them blow up the moon, and then they will wish back the moon. They will make an effort to do that. They'll blow up the moon again, they're not even going to wish it back this time. It's just back. You know what they did in the off-screen. Like, it doesn't matter. And guess who is extremely inspired by Ace Dragon Ball? Sonic. That's literally why they blew up the moon in Adventure 2, because it happens all the time in Dragon Ball Z. Like, that's all. God, this is such a... I feel like this is such a... I've said so much stuff in this, like, half hour that would piss off, like, any random Sonic fan who cares just a little too much, like I do. But I don't know, just tell me your theories. Discuss it with me. I had literally this discussion with someone, Melakira on Lady Arcades. They, had this whole, idea about what the effects of CD coming before 2 would have, and for there being, like, multiple Metal Sonics, and how the bad future in Generations affected it. And it was fun to listen to, like, it was cool. And they had, like, a fan game idea that I was really interested in. It's not like I'm against these ideas, just you have to, like, have some sort of narrative interest in it, right? And that's why I came to the conclusions I did. In the courtyard at the Lakeside Castle. I didn't think that brainwashing all these Boom Boos would be such hard work. And I really didn't have the time to waste on them either. Hey, what's up, Bagman? Let those animals go, right now. So, Sonic? How did you find me here? But it doesn't matter. You're too late. I just need to flip this hourglass and it'll all be over. just like in Superstars. Boo boo boo. Mwahaha, trick or treat, King Boom Boo. Treat? Very well. I have some tasty, tasty candy for you right here. Here you go. Go on. Yes, have another. Boo boo boo. Mwahaha. What a perfect plan. King Boom Boo is mine. My wish is his command. Is that how that works? Yeah. What is this plan of yours, Egg Breath? Why do you need to brainwash King Boom Boo? You really don't know. Very well. My plan is to turn this lakeside castle into the greatest theme park the world has ever seen. Dr. Eggman's Halloween Hippodrome. Is that a good thing? Halloween Hippodrome? That's gotta be your most childish idea yet, Eggman. But it's a good one. Childish? How dare you? I've had quite enough of your insolence. King Boom Boo, exterminate these vermins. Boo, 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 boo. Whoa, that's one big flame. Watch out for those fireballs, guys. I can see that now why they call this one king. He's nigh on invincible. And now he's mine. Boo, boo. We don't stand a chance against this guy. Let's get out of here and find Rouge. Couldn't you have just, like, asked, do you want to be part of my theme park? I've got a business venture for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Eggman. I love theme parks. Literally all I'm about. That and world domination, but we can get into that later. I have a deal for you. How far are we? We are at 75,000, so we're literally halfway there. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. I know that these are supposed to be hour-long things, so maybe I should stop here before I continue ranting. I think I need to stop here, actually, yeah. Oh my goodness.